Welcome to the couch of randomness. That's what I was trying to say.
You being a little random over there?
I'm being a little random. This is episode number 8.
Yay!
I am Jon.
I'm Rose.
What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about Avengers Infinity War.
Of course we are.
You might have heard of that movie.
Might have heard of that movie.
We're also going to talk about taking your phones to movies.
Weird.
Very
weird. So, Nintendo got a new president. Let's talk about him a little bit. On top of the Nintendo Switch getting its online services, or just what could be coming.
Also, Chucklefish has a new game coming out. The people who produced Stardew Valley, yeah, they got something new.
I'm excited for this one.
I really am.
Facepalm of the week, of course. This one,
it's in there.
It's in there. This one's, ooh, it's cringy.
Oh.
And let's finish off with eSports. But not just eSports in general. eSports and scholarships. How's that going to change the landscape of schooling in general?
Exactly.
So sit down on this couch and let's have some fun.
So John's over here falling asleep on me.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
That is not okay.
Well, it's not because
it's not okay.
I know it's not, and it's not because of the podcast.
You gotta quit these late night gaming sessions.
I'm sorry. I'm actually really digging Sea of Thieves now that we've got a crew of 4.
Now that you have friends.
Now I have friends.
Oh my God, you have friends.
So excited. Yay with my friends.
So John's been up till like midnight the past 3 nights in a row.
God, last night it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I tried to get you to go to bed earlier and you were ignoring me.
Well, we had to finish the mission.
There's no pause, Mom.
I'm sorry, there's no pause. I gotta finish the game. It's not like the Switch where I could have just, all right, guys, I'll be back in the morning and just put it to sleep.
I don't think that would have worked even on the Switch.
No, probably not. So let's talk about a little movie.
Just this tiny little movie. You might have heard about it.
It's just, Avengers
Infinity War.
Let's go in.
We went to see it on Thursday, and I loved it. We don't want to get into spoilers.
No, we're not going to get into spoilers.
But I loved it.
I was absolutely impressed and just not ready at all.
No. Whenever you see it, if you have not seen it yet, please keep in mind this is part 1.
That's the only one I want to tell people too. Is like
we'll get part 2 next year. We have 2 movies between now and part 2, so just kind of keep that in mind.
Goodness gracious!
What are you looking up?
So I wanted to see how much it actually made this weekend. And
what are they at? Like early Sunday numbers.
Is already off to a record-breaking start. The Marvel powerhouse looks to open in North America with $250 million.
Oh my God.
That'd be enough to surpass the title holder of Star Wars: A Force Awakens, which opened at 248. So it's going to probably beat it by $2 million.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Honestly, yeah.
This movie was
amazing.
It was amazing. And I was me personally, I was concerned of how are you going to balance
so many people,
22, 23 main characters.
Yeah. 18 movies worth of characters.
How do you balance that? And
they did a good job.
God bless the Russos and the writers of literally putting that all together and making it flow pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any kind of slowdowns or any kind of pacing issues that I had with it. And
honestly, I was okay with it.
Yeah, actually I was too.
Well, no, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, but it literally is story. It's a lot more story than I anticipated.
Okay, so I'll say what I was going to say. I love story dense movies.
Yeah.
For a comic book movie, this is very story dense.
Yeah, I agree, and that's fine. I don't think that's a spoiler at all.
No, but it's really good.
It's really good how they tied everything together, but brought everything together.
Yeah.
And you cared. I was very why am I going to care? Someone's going to get left behind in the sense of on the cutting room floor, just they didn't get enough time on screen to make a difference.
But pretty much everybody in the movie for the part that they had made a difference.
And they had a good moment to shine.
Yeah.
And it wasn't forced in there. Which kind of felt like that in
Civil
War and a little bit of Age of Ultron. Some of the characters were just forced in there and don't forget, Sam is here from
Yeah, but I feel like that's what happens when you have those 18 movies to set this up.
Yeah.
Because they started setting this up in what, like the second or third one? Or was it in Iron Man? I don't remember.
Oh, the Infinity Stones?
Yeah.
And,
Thanos first showed up.
No, technically it would be the first Avenger, Captain America, because that was the Tesseract.
Okay.
That's the first time we saw that.
No, but we saw Thanos before that. I thought.
No, the first time we legitimately saw Thanos was the end credit of Avengers. That was the first time we actually saw him and knew he was actually in the MCU.
Okay.
So, and everyone freaked out about that one, but yeah, I liked it.
And they had so many surprises.
Yes, they did.
They had so many plot twists and good ones.
Good ones. Like, I was not prepared.
No, I really was not. Oh, and there is no spoil, not telling you who, but there is this like 5-second scene with 3 girls.
Yes.
And if they ever want to do a spinoff with those 3
and make that a movie,
oh my God,
I'm in.
I would watch the crap out of that.
I would find a way to produce that myself.
Oh yeah, I would love to.
I would love that so much. Just that, like, and I even leaned over to you during the movie going, I want this movie.
And I was just like, oh, that would be perfect.
I want this movie so
that would be
much.
So perfect.
Let's how can we do this without like spoiler? Like, special effects, fantastic.
Yes. Oh, there was I can't say what it was, but there was one scene where I was just like, that doesn't look quite right. It involved Bruce Banner.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm with you on that one. I was
Bruce
like,
Banner. Like
one?
there was one scene where the special effects right around him just didn't.
Oh,
they weren't as good.
I know which one.
It was still good, but it was not as good as even the others in that scene.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on that one. I was like, what did you just say?
No, it was his that I had almost an issue with.
Josh Brolin is Thanos.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He is absolutely Thanos.
It's amazing. Like, it's one of those weird concepts of you almost lean toward rooting for him.
Yeah.
Like, they did a good job of making him like legitimately scary.
Yeah.
And
he is definitely one of my favorite, like probably my favorite villain, because Loki is an anti-hero.
Loki's an anti-hero.
He is my favorite villain.
Killmonger was really good. I wish they didn't kill him in Black Panther, because that would have been great.
For him to come back.
To have him again.
Yeah.
But Thanos, like, the build up to him was just he is the scary person who just wants to kill everything, and he is. But his story of why
made sense,
and I'm like, oh my God, you gave this villain
an actual backstory.
Yeah, I don't want to say heart, but technically heart.
Yeah.
He actually had a motivation that made enough sense. That wasn't really that's what we're going with. It really was something to the point of I get why you're doing it. Do I agree with it? No. But I understand.
Yeah.
And that was very magical to me in a weird sense, because I didn't know how they were going to actually perceive Thanos.
Yeah.
So I actually really
portrays Thanos.
Yeah, portrays Thanos and what was his character and why he was doing that.
What would be his reason for getting the Infinity Stones? I
really loved that. Also, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Okay.
What'd you think of Benedict Cumberbatch's?
I thought it was better.
His accent was a lot better.
That his awful American accent was better than it was.
Yes, I agree. I thought about that when he showed up. I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? You've been working on this. This is not as heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because he goes so nasal.
He does go so nasal. This one, he was a little...
And I understand, because it's a different accent, and it's easiest to do that when you're nasal.
Exactly. But this one, he really
But he has such a good voice.
He actually made it work. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah. It was much better.
I mean,
I don't know if he got a new coach or if he just worked more, but whatever's going on, keep going. Yeah. Please.
What can you say about this movie
go see it.
Go see it. Absolutely.
Go see it right now.
It was amazing. I
really want to see it again to see what I missed.
Is it cool? I want to go see it in the IMAX, non-3D.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
I actually really want to go to a non-3D IMAX.
We got to try and make that happen.
Yeah. This one, I do want to go see it again. It was everyone made. I love, and I know I'm harping on that one, but I love that everyone made sense.
Yeah.
Everyone got their time to shine. And I didn't expect that to happen at all. I was like, oh yeah, there's Rocket. I mean, yeah, there's the Guardians, cool, and keep on going. I had money. I was trying to figure out who was going to be left kind of, yeah, he's a main character, but he's just there.
Uh-huh.
And no one had that.
No.
And I love that.
Well, maybe Groot. But that's because Groot's a kid.
Groot's a teenager.
Groot's a teenager
So
now.
it kind of worked, actually.
It really did.
Like, just, he was there, but that's because he didn't technically, quote unquote, as a teenager, want to be there.
But he acted so much like a teenager that
it was awesome.
I was sold. And I was sold, honestly.
I liked that. I liked the color palette of it, too.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to get a little nitpicky on it, I liked that it was the Russos, and you could tell they kind of darkened just a little bit, and when vibrant colors were there, they made sense.
They kept the color palette of what was already there for each of the characters.
Yeah.
Like, when you're on Earth, it's one color palette. When you're in space, it's a different color palette. When you're on this planet, it's another color palette.
Wakanda has a different color palette.
Yes. But it stayed true to Black Panther's color palette. So I was okay with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. I cannot say I love this movie enough. Go see it.
Seriously.
Tell us what you think in the comments.
In the comments, or find us on social media.
Yeah, anything.
At the Geek level.
Let's have a good discussion. No spoilers, unless we're direct messaging. Then I'm completely fine with spoilers.
Well, like here in the next week or so, I feel like spoilers are just going to happen.
Probably. I agree. So let's go to a giant pet peeve of mine.
What's your pet peeve?
My giant pet peeve is I love going to movies.
That's not a pet peeve.
But when I'm in movies, I hate seeing cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
I legitimately hate it. And unfortunately, the guy sitting next to me in Infinity War, his phone kept on going off. Like, I'm like, dude, why?
He was also the only one that left before the credits were done.
Credit. Yeah.
Like, the credits started and he got up and left. And I was just like, if you had something to take care of that much, why didn't you leave the movie earlier?
I was with you. I'm like, is this like your first Marvel movie? You're literally, it said directed by the Russo brothers, and he was out the door.
Oh, and by the way, there's only a credit after the credits.
Yeah,
there's only a scene after the credits.
Yeah, that's fine. But no, I hate seeing phones in movies.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
The light's too bright. I mean, I'll be kind of whiny about it, but it takes me out of the movie.
Yeah.
So, Fox is making a choose-your-own-adventure movie where the crowd controls what happens with smartphones. Who thought this was a good idea?
Not me. Not me.
Remember, I don't know if anyone remembers, there were a couple years ago, I want to say it was either AMC or Cinemark. I don't know. It was a big movie theater company that actually was going to start catering to millennials, where this was almost a millennial showing, and if your phone's out, it's not a big deal.
Oh, they talked about that in the article about how that is still in the works.
That's still, oh my God.
And I'm just like, if you're going to do that, then you almost have to section off like the back 2 rows of the theater.
That's fine. Yeah. The back 2 rows where I do not have to see them. That's fine. If I don't see you, I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting right next to me,
if the movie is awful and I'm at the back, or at the very least there is nobody behind me, then sure, I'll be on my phone a little bit.
Pacific Rim Uprising, looking at you. But yeah, that's fine, because usually, like, if the movie's so bad, people know about it, and there's very few people in the theater. Or if you're lucky, it's a movie people were excited for, and 10 minutes in, you know it's a bad movie, and everyone just starts commenting on it, and it's pretty much
looking at you, Last Airbender.
Yep, it's pretty much just Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Right.
Pretty much you're doing a live one with everyone, and it's awesome. But I have problems with this on both carrying a cell phone into a movie.
Yeah.
And the technical aspect of, are they putting Wi-Fi in there and enough Wi-Fi bandwidth to support 200 cell phones at one time to choose the adventure?
Seriously, just how do you do this? Like, it would almost have to always be in one of the smaller theaters where it's like no more than 100 people.
Yeah, exactly. And the production, let's talk about the production of a movie that is choose your own adventure. So is it going to be an A and B kind of idea? Is it going to be A, B, C, D? Do I have to film multiple different endings?
Yeah,
How does
you would.
And we as gamers, we have been burned by the choose your own adventure concept because our choices kind of don't matter.
That being said, Telltale does a pretty good job.
Telltale does a good job, but
they do have a specific end.
Yeah, and they still lead you in this direction.
You can still change the ending a little bit. That being said, Detroit Become Human has God knows how many endings.
And I was going to get to that one. That is we're going to put that one to the side because that hasn't come out yet. But how many beginnings and endings, or how many? But
endings? Then, like, visual novels have a bunch of different endings too.
True, but those are not.
Those are static pictures.
I'm not watching Dwayne Johnson act in something. Yeah. That's the thing. They're static pictures, and we can control that a little bit easier. Yeah. This is all right. So, all right, guys, if they all choose A in the adventure, we're going to go in this route. But if they choose B, we're going to have to go halfway across the world and film these 5 or 6 scenes.
Yeah.
And I look at that from a production value of that makes no sense on top of just
Well, to me, it does kind of make sense because then you have a bunch of people that are going back to the movies to see a different ending. So it actually makes a lot of sense with that. Because
so we're cluing it is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're making Clue.
Yeah, except on the big screen scale.
On the big screen scale, and we get to choose it instead of just randomly going to a theater and you don't know which ending you got.
I mean, it's kind of like when we went to see Game Grumps Live and we were playing Mario Party 10.
Yeah.
And it was audience participation. And sometimes I didn't get the choice that I wanted because everybody else in our section chose something else.
That's true.
So it's going to be something like that. And they even mentioned that in the article about, well, what happens if your choice never gets chosen? Then you've just paid for a movie that you didn't want to see.
See, there you go. And so do you, as a person, do you go back to the movie and try again? Is that...
And that's the thing. They almost have to have a disclaimer saying, hey, we have to deal with majority rules.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, come back.
Come back.
But I see there being a lot of repeat ticket sales.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you on that one when it comes to making money. That makes a lot of sense.
It really does.
It's just...
But you also have to make it a good enough story that people will want to come back.
And that's where I'm hesitant on that being pulled off.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you can make a good enough story to choose your own adventure in a movie theater.
Plus, I mean, technically, you can actually make choices where the story ends in 5 minutes. What happens with those? I mean, good story writers, you're not going to write those endings.
Exactly.
But that's a thing. Like back when they had the choose your own adventure novels, like some stories would end a lot sooner.
Yeah. God, which one was it? It's Far Cry 3 or 4. I want to say you can actually end the whole game in 7 minutes. Like you get captured.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives you that like the bad guy walks away and you can, that's obviously your cue to go, all right, I got to break out. But if you sit there and he comes back, credits roll. And that's the end of the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you're right that you could, in theory, write a story where, I mean, if everyone, 100% of people choose this one.
It happens in visual novels. It happens just all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hesitant on it. Will we go see one? Yes.
Yeah.
And it's enough of an intrigue to me that I'm down to try.
I feel like for the most part, this would be better as like a Netflix type thing. Just something where you can stream it and come up with all the different endings on your own.
Yeah, I agree. Where it's a smaller set of people.
Yeah. Where
you can invite like 5 or 6 people over and duke it out that way of who wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're sitting at least 100 people. I mean, what would be cool though, what would be really, really cool is if you wait a couple weeks and go to the first showing where you've got a really high likelihood you've got 5 people or it's just you.
Yeah.
And then you can make your own movie. That's kind of cool.
But then what happens if it's just you and me and we each pick one thing different?
We arm wrestle to the death. Of course. I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering, like, how does the movie pick it at that point?
That's a good one. That's a good question. Like
if it is only straight up 50-50 split.
Yeah.
What choice do you go with?
What choice do you go with? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, obviously, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with Fox.
If this even becomes a thing.
Wouldn't it be Disney?
Is it Fox?
Yeah, it's Fox. I just said that.
I missed that.
I said Fox. Yeah, Fox is making a choose your own adventure.
Huh.
So yeah, it'll be Disney.
Yeah.
Huh. New streaming service.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but weird. Okay. All right. Well, that is a to be continued. I'm interested in it.
Definitely.
I hate the idea, but I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
So.
What? What's our next topic?
I feel like I haven't done much in life because of this next topic.
Oh, I understand.
Like, legitimately feel like I have not done enough to, I don't know, be successful, make a name. I don't know. There's something weird. And I'm trying to be funny about this one. So, Nintendo.
You sound very serious about it. It is not.
It came off wrong. I'm sorry. It came off wrong. So, on Thursday, Nintendo announced a new president. That blows my mind because he is the 6th president in the 125-year run of Nintendo. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Let that bad boy sink in.
Plus, the 5th president has only been president since 2015?
2015, 2016.
It's somewhere in the article.
Yeah. So, Tashima. Oh.
Oh, God. Why do you do
why
this
do I
to
do
me?
Here, I've got it right here.
I still have to find his name.
Oh, no. Okay, hold on. The president is Tatsumi Mishima. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. The president right now, Tatsumi
Mishima.
You showed me
your screen and then took it immediately away.
Is stepping down and being replaced by 46-year-old
Shuntaro
Furukawa.
Yeah, it's exactly how it looks.
Okay, Furukawa.
Now,
he's 46.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's not that much older than us.
No, it's not.
Relatively,
it's not. But I kind of dig it because reading through this article and just kind of getting an idea of why. I mean, Kimishima is riding the high of the Switch. Why are you backing out? Like, what happened?
Because that was his plan. He wanted to get sales up, and then he wants to hand it over to somebody younger.
That blows my mind, but I truly respect that.
Yes, that is amazing.
We're all right. I am an older gentleman. I got us back. I straightened the ship.
Yeah.
I got it back from sinking from the Wii U cannonball that hit it.
Well, also, Furukawa actually helped with the Switch sales, too.
That's true.
Launching the Switch.
That's true, because he's a marketing genius, apparently. Yeah. And that marketing genius, that young, and had an executive position with the Pokemon company.
Yeah.
I am now legitimately excited and truly respect Kimishima for exactly what you said. Like, all right, got it good. I'm stepping back now because we need the younger team who connects
more with our audience.
Who connects more with our audience. Good Lord, do I respect that more than anything going, did it, we're good, here you go. Keys to the kingdom, you are younger, you have Pokemon, you understand marketing because the marketing of the Switch is absolutely genius.
Plus, let's be honest, in this global world, he speaks English.
And he speaks English.
Fluently.
He's fluent in English. And I agree with a lot of people asking, going, are we going to see him in the directs like Mr. Iwata did? I think that would be cool. With the Iwata Speaks. I think that would be a great idea. And I absolutely love this. Now, I mean, and it's cool just that he's 46. There's something about that. He's the president.
He's one of the youngest presidents
of Nintendo. And you're 46. My God.
For those of you sitting there going, oh, but that's so old. Please keep in mind, we're living a lot longer. What are you doing?
Sorry. I didn't know. I didn't have my sound muted. So I had an ad going. I don't know who that was for. I know. But speaking of Nintendo, and congratulations to the new president.
Yes.
We're getting some possible details about the Switch's online service.
Oh, yeah.
In May. Which
we'll be getting the information in May. This is not the service is not coming until later this year.
Yeah, it's not coming until.
But we're getting the information here in the next week or two.
Yeah,
because it says early May.
So yeah, we could be talking about at least some ideas of what we're getting in May or next podcast. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, next podcast we might be talking about the announcement.
The announcement, which would be really, really cool. Now, it's a steal for this.
Oh my God.
Like the online service, legitimately a steal.
Yeah.
Because it's $20 a year. I do not know why you would pay like the $3.99 a month when you can pay $20 for a year.
Or the $8 for 3 months.
That makes no financial sense to me.
Maybe it's just to try it out.
And that's fair.
Like, if you just, like, if we needed to gift it to somebody, just be like, hey, try this out for a month. We'll play some games. We'll see if you like it. If you don't, then you don't have to keep paying.
That's true. That's a good point.
Although we would probably just gift a year.
Yeah, I mean, might as well just gift a year because I mean it's $20 comparative to the Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus being
$60 each.
And we both have those.
Yes.
So it's $240 for us.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna throw on another $40 for Nintendo.
Yeah.
I
never said that we made good decisions.
Oh no, absolutely not. This is another thing that interests me so much. One, because it got pushed back. So what did Nintendo realize going, oh, we don't have this?
I think they just wanted to get the Switch out to a lot more people and give us a chance to try online play.
Yeah.
Because so far, online play for like ARMS and Splatoon or like the Mario Kart or the balloon stuff for Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like that's all been free because we don't have to pay for online.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing it's something along those lines.
Yeah. I mean, and that does make sense. Kind of get more Switches into the wild and let people understand and experience it about it. I'm also, what do you like want out of this online service? Because I mean, $20 a month. I have not tried $20 a year. I'm sorry. Yeah, $20 a year. I'm wondering what all we can actually get from $20 a year. Like, what is something like? Thank you, Nintendo, for giving us this. And I have my doubts about $20 a year of what we could actually get out of it.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know what all there could be. I mean, I think that there could easily be perks or like coupons for some of the games that you buy.
Sure.
Maybe some stuff for the My Nintendo.
Okay.
Like stuff that I could add into my Animal Crossing Pocket Camp game.
Okay,
like,
all right.
Because I have both of those connected to my Nintendo.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe something like that. I would love to see some kind of old school Nintendo game that's available for me.
Yeah. Which they have announced that they're going to release old school Nintendo games, but it's going to be centric on like an online multiplayer concept. So you and I could be playing like Super Mario 3 together.
See, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, and that I'm glad you said that because I feel the same way. I'm like, I don't care.
I'm just like, I don't really need that.
Yeah. I have come to the conclusion that we will not be getting a virtual console in the sense of what we know it as on the Switch or on the Wii U and the Wii U.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening. I think if Nintendo is smart, they will take the page out of Xbox Live and do the Game Pass thing.
I could see something like that.
I would be completely fine with $20 a year and you give me access to 5 games, or you just start opening it up and tiering it down the road going, all right, this is being successful. What happens if we do like Xbox Game Pass is $10 a month? What if we do $10 a month and we open up more games for you on a virtual console sense and you just have to download them? Because let's be honest, Super Mario 3, not going to take up very much space on your Switch.
No.
Like a lot of these games are not going to take up any space.
Or like, you pay an extra $10 a year, you get access to the NES library. Another $10 gets you the SNES library.
Yeah, stuff like that. If they tier it out right, because I know they talked about making kind of conforming to the games with a service idea. And I see that happening. Like I'd be completely fine if you're going to tell me I've got to spend $50, $60 a month. And I'm getting Nintendo or $60 a year. I'm sorry. Thank you. I keep on saying a month. $60 a year. I get Nintendo, SNES, N64, and GameCube.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really, really smart to do that. But I don't know. Also, let's be honest. We want cloud saves.
That's not going to happen.
And I kind of agree with you on that one too. I don't think we're gonna get cloud saves anytime soon. Also, the Nintendo UI for the eShop needs to be fixed.
Please.
Good God, that is, especially if we get some sort of weird virtual console where we can go through it or any kind of download this game because you're on the Nintendo Switch online service. Are they just going to put like another tab on the eShop or something? It's
probably.
That's
kind of all that it is on the DS.
True. It's just so ugh.
Yeah, the DS is also awful.
Ugh.
Yep.
So,
anytime that you hear John say it's a new topic.
It's a new topic.
In case you haven't noticed.
Today is my day to go. The Sega Game Gear. Let's have a quick discussion about the Sega Game Gear.
Sega Game Gear, their answer to the Game Boy back in the early 90s.
Yes.
Was discontinued in 1997.
Yes. So, for anyone who doesn't know, the NPD group is pretty much an analysis group that kind of tracks sales of games.
Okay.
Long and short, that's it. And they're usually a couple weeks behind on when, like, they'll get all the analytics of the games and what sold where and how much and all that stuff. But one blip popped up with the NPD group, and so many questions were asked on Twitter of how did this happen?
Yeah.
And that was someone bought a brand new Game Gear game, which was Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
This is from a retailer.
A retailer.
This is not from a used game store that it just happened to still be sealed. No, this is from like Toys R Us or Best Buy or GameStop or somewhere.
Yeah.
We don't know where.
Oh, no. Half Price Books. It's right here. I literally see the tweet. I literally have just found the tweet. It's Half Price Books.
Then that doesn't count.
But maybe they put it in their system as new.
But that doesn't count.
I don't know. It looks like
those pictures don't load on my phone.
Okay. Maybe it's this, maybe it's not. I don't know. But 1992 is when this game came out.
Yeah.
It is 2018. I am just blown away by that. That we got someone bought a brand new Game Gear game.
That was new.
New. It's completely sealed and just bought it on the whim. I don't know. I didn't.
Well, it was only like $7.
Yeah. I find that absolutely just funny. Really. Yeah. Like, oh, I agree with the NPD group too. Like, wait, hold on.
What happened here?
Everyone else saying this is just a weird glitch. There's a blip saying Sega Game Gear.
I don't know.
Can we confirm or deny this, or are we? Did someone just scan a UPC that was just coded to something else and it wasn't that? Someone please find what's going on.
I don't know.
Rose.
What?
I know you like RPGs.
I do.
You love RPGs.
I really do.
And I'm
it's
still
a problem.
Still trying to find my RPG.
You are.
And I will find it. And I will yell from the mountaintops when I find the one that hooks me in.
Well, I mean, you're playing a lot of games that have RPG elements.
That's true. It's just I haven't found the quintessential RPG.
Straight up RPG.
RGP.
You know, whatever.
Tell me about the one that might actually get its RPG claws inside of me.
I don't think it will.
Probably not, but I hope.
So the people who did the developer of Starbound and the publisher of Stardew Valley, Chucklefish, which we've talked about Chucklefish a couple times on this show.
Yes.
They're coming out with a new RPG. It's called Eastward, and it's pixelated. It's super cute. It's kind of in the style of Stardew Valley. I believe Starbound is the same kind of thing. Same kind of art style. And this looks so cute. It's a look inspired by 90s Japanese animation, and it's kind of a post-apocalyptic RPG set in Japan, and you have to try and get through this. You have to try and survive the end of the world. The art style looks super cute. Go look up some pictures. I read somewhere, I don't remember if it was this article or not, but like the way that they're doing the lighting, like the sun effects and everything, is actually more realistic on this pixelated graphic, and it just gives it this surreal look that I absolutely love. So I'm really sad though, because right now this is only coming to PC and Mac.
Yeah. I agree. Like, you showed me this and I fell in love. But yeah. I'm a very artsy, not artsy, but I love good game art.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And this is absolutely adorable. It's not anything I can put together. It does have that Stardew feel to it.
Yeah.
But it's not Stardew. The color palette is different.
Very different.
And I love that it is very Japanese inspired.
Yeah. It's super cute. The game is called Eastward. I don't remember if I said that.
Yeah. I'm excited, but I agree with you on I'm sad it's only on Mac and PC.
Yeah.
We're going to get it on, hopefully.
Because I know, I looked into Starbound a little bit, and that one, it was one of their early games that they developed.
Okay.
And it sounds like it's a little bit convoluted. And they actually are having a hard time unraveling it to try and bring it to Switch. So they don't know if they can.
Okay.
Because it's a very small studio.
Gotcha.
It's not the people that developed Stardew Valley. Chucklefish only produced Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
But that being said, I did see a week or two ago that there's a hack for the PC where you can get Starbound crops in Stardew Valley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's Starbound Valley.
Starbound Valley? Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm excited
Just
for this.
Random thing.
I will probably wait for it to come on the Switch. I don't know, though. We might download on...
It depends on how much it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Steam will have a sale on it before it comes to Switch, so we'll see what we do.
And see what it's like.
We'll see how many games I'm still behind on.
God, the backlog is just growing.
And plus, all of my games are JRPGs, so they take 500 hours each.
God, I don't know how you do it.
I don't know. I don't. That's why I'm still playing the same game.
I'm struggling trying to get through a 39-hour game. My God. All right.
You ready for our facepalm?
Oh God, I love this so much. I love this.
This is pretty ridiculous.
Now let's preface this by intentions were noble.
Yeah.
Intentions were noble in this facepalm.
They meant well.
It was, but no one thought we can, but should we?
They forgot the essential question.
They forgot the essential question. So a few weeks ago, Bullyhunters was a thing. Now, most people are like, what the hell are you talking about, Bullyhunters? I
legitimately thought this was fake.
Yeah, I thought it was fake too. No, Bullyhunters was the brainchild of a Chicago, FCB Chicago, which apparently is just kind of like a word I'm looking for is,
I don't know,
blanking out of my thought process, whatever. But what it was designed to do was to combat bullies on video games, specifically CSGO, by bullying the bullies.
Yeah.
That was legitimately the long and short of it.
The whole thought process.
And to not make matters worse, but just to kind of give it a weird feel to it, it was really designed for female gamers.
Yeah.
To call in a bully hunter who...
female gamers who are being attacked because they're female.
Yes.
To call in a bully hunter to bully the person attacking her.
Let's just let that set in just for a second.
I legitimately thought this was fake at first.
No. Rose will be calling in some person.
Some D-bag.
Yes. To jump into a CSGO game, because that's the only way you can legitimately do it.
I thought you were talking about calling out some D-bag.
Oh, so calling out some D-bag. Yes, that's true too.
On CSGO.
And you
by
calling
this
a bully hunter.
The bully hunter is in their gamer tag.
Hey, I'm being bullied by so-and-so gamer tag in this server, and they jump in and somehow get on your team and legitimately just
I don't even know.
hunt down this specific person. And then just keep on spamming like bully is not cool. Hold on, by the way, let me go ahead and kill you again.
Yeah.
I don't understand why this was a thing. I'm not talking about the idea of female gamers and harassment. That is a different topic.
That's a different topic
for another day.
We don't want to get into it today.
But
it's a problem.
Just the idea of let's using a bully to harass a bully.
Yeah. Just that's
in one game. Because God knows you can't. It's
the only game it can work in.
Yeah,
apparently.
You can't do it in like Fortnite. You can't do it in Fortnite doesn't really matter because once you're out, you're out. You can't do it in Overwatch. Yeah. You can't do it in COD, anything like that.
Because the person jumps in the middle of the match.
Yeah, I mean
the Bullyhunter jumps in.
What server are you on? I don't know. Okay, well, what map are you in? Okay, I'm in this map. All right, somehow I got in that map too. Where are you at right now? I'm in this building. Yeah. Oh crap, I'm in that same building. We must not be on the same server. Why was this even thought of a thing? That just blows my mind. Is it dead? It is 100% dead now.
It is?
Yeah, they were we missed the mark. If you need something legitimately cringeworthy, go watch the Bullyhunter stream.
Oh, seriously.
My God, have I never been wanted to scrub clean in my life.
So awful.
And we didn't even watch the whole thing. We watched little snippets of it, and it's just so staged, trying to be live and cool,
and that
it makes you want to vomit.
It really does.
It was awful.
I was just like, how does this fix anything at all?
Bullyhunters, you might be dead, but let's bring it up to everyone. You are this week's Facepalm of the Week. Yes. Good luck to you and your endeavors of making something better for all of us gamers.
Because we do need something better.
We do need something better. I agree. Hey.
What?
I apparently, we both apparently were born too early.
Yes.
We were both born way too early in life.
Well, I've always said that I was just born at the wrong time of life. The wrong time.
The wrong time? Okay.
Just in general.
In general, yeah. So let's talk about eSports. The new and upcoming sport, which, yes, it's a sport. I say it's a sport. It's just weird for me personally.
To call video games a sport.
To call video games a sport. I acknowledge it as a sport. I understand it. Absolutely. It is a sport. It's just still weird because I've played baseball, football, basketball. I played everything, and it's just weird. But you know what? But
that being said, golf and curling are also sports.
Yes. So, pro Fortnite team signs a 13-year-old. What?
Yep. Apparently there is no age limit for being a pro Fortnite team.
Fortnite gamer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or team member? That's how I'm taking this because I don't know how else to take this.
That's true. That's a good point.
But also, Fortnite is technically not an esport yet.
No, it's not. They're really trying to get it an esport. And it can be because you can play on squads. So you can have a team. You can have a team of 2. You can be solo, or you can have a squad of 4. Which that's cool. You can do a lot of team building, and you have to control your environment and be very vocal and communicate well. I'm down with that. It just blows my mind that there's a 13-year-old legitimately making money on streaming Fortnite on a team.
Yeah,
that blows my mind. Also, good for you. Yeah. But just really. Really? That's crazy. But then what even became crazier is the eSports scholarships that are coming out.
Which have been out for years, we found out.
Yeah. But with Fortnite mainstreaming and, CNBC, Variety, just the normal, quote unquote normal news outlets talking about Fortnite. Now this has become a bigger thing that has been put into the spotlight of eSports in general.
So Ashland University is now offering a small scholarship to be on their Fortnite team.
Yes. $4,000. Adding
to their other esports scholarships for games like League of Legends, Overwatch, Counter-Strike Global Offense, and Rocket League. Now they also have Fortnite.
I literally just pulled up Ashland University's website, and on the very front, I've got a video going, and on the right, there's an eSports thing that you can click on. I'm guessing go Eagles. Are you guys the Eagles?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I want to double check.
But yeah, it's really cool that they're offering this. I mean, the scholarship doesn't help a ton because it's only $4,000 and their tuition is like $31,000 a year.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So it's a little crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, in the sense
starting
in the sense of college, 4Gs is 4Gs, and that helps.
Yeah.
Players will receive a backpack, jersey, jacket, gaming keyboard, gaming mouse pad, and gaming headset. Players will practice in a state-of-the-art gaming center featuring 25 high-end gaming PCs and gaming chairs. The center will also feature 2 65-inch high-definition televisions for coaching and entertainment purposes. Players will be mentored by our coaches, or mentored. It's hard to see with this small font. Mentored by our coaches to be successful in the game and in their academic studies.
Because you have to keep your academics up.
Featuring seminars from guest speakers, including professional players and industry leaders.
That's so crazy.
That's nuts.
Just because of how new esports is. That's why I think it's crazy.
I'm flabbergasted by this just because I'm like, man, I really would have loved to be an esports.
Yeah.
So you got a scholarship? That's cool. Yeah. I did too.
I got a sports scholarship. For esports.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? What did you just say?
What is esports?
Yeah, well, first off, when we were in college, what is esports?
Yeah. I mean, now it's more mainstream and people tend to know about it. But there are still plenty of people who are just like, what?
What is this esports? Also, looking around on the scholarship aspect of it, Harrisburg University hosts international esport tryout over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's big when you just look up esports scholarship. How many articles I got from different universities just
like this one's from ESPN.
Yeah, and it's ESPN, which is really funny to me because ESPN a couple years ago fired one of their hosts for calling esports not a sport. Yeah. Like legitimately was like, no, because ESPN got rights to or opened up the doors like we're going to start doing esports. And obviously you guys as sportscasters need to start talking about it. We're going to try and mainstream it. And one of their his name was Colin Cowherd. He actually like on his podcast, which is also, you could watch it live because he was on ESPN, legitimately was like, almost this is BS. This is never a sport. I will never acknowledge it as a sport. It is stupid. I'm almost saying I don't know why ESPN is doing this. 2 days later,
sad.
He was on Fox Sports.
That's so sad.
Which, okay, that's fine. But yeah, it was picked up. This is an ESPN article, and they just had people trying out to get on their esports team.
Because here's the thing, like Harrisburg University that you were just talking about, they're offering a full ride scholarship.
Absolutely would I be going after that.
League of Legends, Hearthstone, and Overwatch.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Seriously. And it's one of those, how are they finding people to try out for this? And how do you find out about these tryouts?
Yeah, like what do we need to do? Like, because regular sports, quote unquote, we know scholarships happen. I play football. I'm going to get a scholarship.
You get scouted.
I get scouted.
While you're in high school. So how are people scouting esports players? Because right now, it's not in high schools.
Rose, tell me how high schools are gonna do this.
I really don't know. I think it's almost going to have to start as just an out-of-school club. Because I mean, you were in sports. You had an athletics period.
Yes,
I did. So one period of your day, you just focused on your sport.
Yes, for when I played baseball, it was
whenever you were in season.
Yeah, when we were out of season, I was in off-season baseball, and it was always our lunch period because the lunch period's longest. So I would go work out and do training for that, and then go to lunch.
Yeah.
Before Texas changed how sports work, because they changed it from when I was a kid to now.
Okay.
I went after school. Football, like when we were in football was after school. Baseball was my 7th period, and I practiced from like 2 till about 5 or 7. Now it's all in the morning to stay away from the heat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I thought a lot of schools were still practicing after school too.
As far as I can tell, I know a couple schools that do practice in the morning to keep students out of the heat, unless you're obviously indoors.
I thought that was just specific sports, like track was always in the morning.
Yeah. And
or
the track,
like swimming was always in the morning.
Track's always in the morning. I do know a couple football, like I said, some high schools.
Yeah.
Like you have your 0 hour and you have to be there at 7 in the morning and you practice from 7 to like
whenever school starts.
Yeah, whenever your second period starts or something like that.
Yeah, something.
So I mean, yeah, that's something I asked that. I'm with you on that question.
So it's just one of those, is that going to be applied to esports now? Like, are you going to create a class where you can do team building and training and things like that? Like, is this going to be part of the curriculum?
So,
and if so, how do you rate that? Because would that can't be like a PE credit?
But
because sports count as a PE credit.
But couldn't it?
But like esports, you're not out there exercising. And with all of the stuff coming from the White House, like, not so much this administration, but I know that with like the Obamas, they were really pushing for healthier kids.
Yeah.
And how do you do that with esports?
Okay, so doing some research.
Okay.
The National Federation of State High Schools, which I had no idea this was a thing, the primary U.S. leadership organization for high school sports, announced that it will roll out esports nationwide.
That's crazy.
And you're right, because we were talking about this. How does this fit in?
Yeah.
I mean, because this is a great way, because they really want to actually get esports in high school to help kids get that scholarship.
Exactly. Because you have to learn how to work in a team.
Yes.
And you can't always just work with your friends.
No.
Obviously, you work well with your friends.
But
you need to know how to work with other people. And that's just a job skill.
Exactly. You're right. It's a wonderful job skill to actually have. But it's one of those things like what needs to happen with this is because you're right. Like if it's an after school club, that's fine.
Then that's just teachers volunteering their time.
Yeah. To be coaches of the esports team of said high school, or even esports team of said district. Cause maybe they just want to make it a district thing.
True.
Like I know some gymnastics and some swim teams are just district.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there's typically not enough like swimmers or golfers or whatever.
But it's very interesting because I was reading this article there. Like where does the money come in? Because that at the end of the day, money has to happen.
Yeah.
And this is they really want to keep this company, the
Playverses, I think.
Yeah, Playverses. They've actually gotten a startup called Playverses, which won the right to create a turnkey solution for NFHS member organizations nationwide.
So the National Federation of State High Schools.
State high schools. And they want to make this free. So they've been talking to developers and game companies and like, this is what we want to do. And all of them so far reading this article have been absolutely, let's do this. Here are your game keys to make this happen for students.
So then I guess the schools would just be responsible for the hardware.
That's what I want to know too. Like, are schools going to be like, are we going to have to, as like taxpayers, I guess?
Yeah.
Or as all of our fundings?
Do you get state grants for getting extra computers?
Yeah. Is it a gaming rig? Where do we put it in the school?
But I mean, aren't there already classes for programming?
Yeah, there's programming classes.
Could you use those?
You, in theory, could use those. There's schools that have game development classes, which have some of the highest like computers Dell can offer, because most schools go with Dell because they give an educational discount. Yeah, and that's fine. But yeah, like what do you do? Like where do you put them? Where do you practice them? Because I'm all in for this one. I think it's a great idea.
Oh yeah,
like because
that gives colleges a place to scout.
Exactly. The Playverses. I'm sorry, I was going to say PSVR. The Playverses infrastructure will then connect players from 2 or more competing schools online, run the tournament to its conclusion, and log the results securely. So you literally,
so you don't even have to travel with your team.
You literally like. And this is where it's going to come a little weird, but the Playverses like app will have to be
started with the game.
With the game.
I think it said you get into the game first and then you also log into Playverses.
Yes. and then you connect to the rival school or the school you're going to be playing that day, and you play your eSport. And hopefully, like Play Versus, you're going to have to go through the firewalls and all the crap that each individual district will go through to protect the students.
You'll have to get a lot of things set up.
But I find this so cool that we could legitimately be having high schools to do eSports.
Yeah.
The quote from Parnell, which I just missed his name. I think he's one of the Play Versus guys, like spearheading this. Is it the Play Versus?
I don't remember.
Someone, okay. There's 8 million kids today who don't play high school sports. One thing they'd be interested in, at least a few million of these kids, would be participating in structured, organized esports. Working with publishers allows us to be able to do that. We think that in the future, we'll be able to send hundreds of thousands of kids each year to college on scholarships for participating in esports from a competition standpoint in high school.
Because like one thing that I really liked from the article before Howard University, I think it was, they had tryouts for 20 people and they were giving scholarships to 16.
Good God.
That's so high. Also,
holy smokes. I didn't know that.
Something like this with Play Versus, I think that was in the article. With Play Versus, I mean, that's so cool that you don't have to travel because there are so many people who are so good at video games, but they have such bad anxiety.
Exactly.
And like with this, you don't have to get as far out of your comfort bubble.
No.
You don't have to leave your security of friends.
Right there in the classroom. I mean, and that's the thing, like if it gets bigger, I could see them like putting it in the gym and having your school cheer you on.
Like have something like that. Like if you actually get to a state competition, then have it at an arena or something like the esports arena here in Dallas. I could see them hosting a few of them.
Or even if you get it set up correctly, let's say you just have the two schools stream it.
Yeah.
And then students can just, because students are really
can
good
watch
at
it
cheering.
On Twitch.
Yeah, really good at cheering on their school.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what sport it is, what they're doing, or even if non-sport like debate. Schools are really, really good at cheering on
themselves.
Their
because they're just like, hey, that's my friend.
That's my friend.
It gives them so much ownership.
And that would really help the gamer in general. Because you're right. The anxiety thing would really help. Like, oh my God, I actually have my school behind me. These people behind me that I didn't even think they noticed me.
Yeah.
That would be really
I was completely ignored.
Awesome.
You know the other thing that's super cool about Play Versus?
What's that?
There are no shooters. Isn't
that fantastic?
Like, we've talked about this. There is no correlation between violence in video games and gun violence in schools.
No.
But for the sake of keeping up appearances, I really like that there are no shooters.
There will be no shooters. They announced that it will be
what are their categories? I think there are 3 of them.
Where to go? Okay. Fighting games, MOBAs, and sports games.
Yeah.
So we'll have Super Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
We'll have Madden. And we'll have League of Legends would be MOBA. I was like, wait, I'm blanking out on
Dota 2.
Yeah, on those. And I agree with that. Well, it'll kind of suck for like the people who are, or the colleges that are doing Overwatch teams. Or like I said, the Fortnite teams.
Yeah. So, I mean, they'll still have a little bit of searching to do for those.
Yeah, but
a lot of times these kids would probably be working on Fortnite on the side.
Exactly.
And in the meantime, they're learning how to work in a team.
They're learning actual strategy to a game and not just run and gun. Hi, I'm John.
You're getting better now.
I'm trying to learn strategy. I'm trying to do strategy.
You're getting better at sneaking.
I'm getting a lot better at sneaking. And just the time that it takes to, the time you have to take to put in to be a pro gamer.
Yeah.
With this, I think this would be very supportive.
Learning how to train themselves.
Yes.
Or how much time they have to devote while still keeping up their academics.
Well, and that's the key point, keeping up academics. So I did a little research on what does it take to be a pro gamer. I'm 31. Let me shoot for the stars a little bit. Let's see what happens.
You're too old, man.
I am legitimately too old.
Yes.
I'm coming to that conclusion.
Yeah.
But like one esports team, I think it was like Chicago's Overwatch team. I might be messing this up. 8 hours a day, and they train 2 to 3 hour segments, take a break, 2 or 3 hour segment, take a break, 2 or 3 hour segment, take a break. They have their coach. They're running actual plays in Overwatch. And it's like one of the things you have to keep on your game.
Yeah.
One of the players was actually like, I wasn't expecting having to do stretching before and after each gaming session because my wrists are so messed up now.
Oh,
like there is legitimately like people. Oh, it's a video game. Just sit and do nothing.
No,
you have so much. Like I think there's more mental than there is physical.
Yes,
but let's be honest. Even me playing a little bit of Fortnite on the PC.
Because you're not used to PC games.
I'm not used to PC games, and I have giant freaking hands. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it still hurts my pinky after a while to hit that shift button. Because shift means run.
Yeah.
Shift means run.
Brandy, he's finally learning.
Shift
Aren't
means
you
run.
so proud of him?
Yay!
Shift is run.
Shift is run.
And you have to hold down shift.
You have to hold down shift.
Yeah. He didn't realize that.
I didn't realize that.
He thought he could just hit shift in Fortnite and he would just go. But that's not how it works.
That's not how it works. I think this is cool. Going back to the high school team or high school esports thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to implement it this fall. 2018, they're trying to get it. They've got 18 to 20 states they kind of represent.
Yeah. So we'll see how many high schools it gets into.
I'm interested to see if Texas is one of those states.
I kind of hope it is. I just don't know if it would be our area.
Yeah, because I'll go watch it.
I would
if they allow.
That.
Or if they stream it, that'd be cool.
Because that might be weird for adults to go onto a high school campus. Maybe we should just stream it.
Sir, who's your son? What?
No one. The kid in the crowd over
that one right there. Don't worry about it. It's cool. It is cool.
Yeah.
I
that
see
could
this.
get creepy.
Yeah, it could be. That's a valid point. I see
Let's
this as nothing but positive for students in general. Because let's be honest, college ain't cheap.
No.
College is not a cheap thing. So if playing video games and keeping your grades up gets you more money to go to college where you don't have to get it out of pocket. More power
to you.
More power to you. Go after that dream. Hey, mom and dad, guess what? Playing video games is now a legitimate way to make money.
Yeah.
Good Lord, why didn't I know that 15 years ago?
Because it wasn't a thing.
Or it wasn't a thing. Or good Lord, why didn't I know I could be working for IGN?
Oh, seriously.
My God.
That would have been cool.
That's a different story altogether.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else, do you?
No, that's it.
That's it. All right. Well, like this podcast, we're on every single podcast listening
all the ones
apps.
we can find.
All the ones we can find.
And also YouTube.
Yes. Like this video on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on...
We are at the Geek Level on all our social media. We're on Twitter.
Facebook.
And Instagram.
Yep. Past that, come back next week and don't forget...
Always level up.